Yo, what is up, everybody? Chris here from Base Sports News, back at it again with another video. Today, I'm going to be bringing you guys my preseason power ranking going into our matches today. And of course, throughout the rest of the season, how I think things are going to pan out with a little bit of analysis and, of course, a very brief tier list based on the team's performances and scrims up to this point. Now, with that being said, teams have not been able to scrim for the last week or so just because of issues with the game. Haven't been able to host lobbies, so there it is. Getting right into it, I have my hometown team, Atlanta FaZe, as the #1 team in the game as it stands right now. And this might surprise some of you, not at all, but their control is 7-2, and their hard point is 23-20 record overall. So that's why I have them as #1 team. They are, as it stands, the most consistent in terms of hardpoint and control. LA Thieves, I put at #2 because they are currently 13 for 13 in hardpoint, so their consistency is a little bit lesser than FaZe, and their control has been lights out. They're 8-1, so that's why I have them as #2. Plus, they're the defending champs, and FaZe and LA Thieves at the end of the year were 1 and 2 very clearly, and LA Thieves was just the clear-cut one. So looking at our third-ranked team in my list, I have the Minnesota Rocker. They have been absolutely lighting it up in hardpoint. They have a 63% win rate, which is so much higher than everybody else's, just given the number of reps they have. Toronto obviously has a higher percentage, but they've only played 18 hardpoints and they've won 12. So higher percentage overall, but Minnesota's won 39 out of their 61. So they're like 39-22, I believe. I'll correct myself if that's wrong, but they've been absolutely lights out. The only caveat is their control has been literally 50%. They're 5-5. So that's why I have them as the third-ranked team. There are 3 game modes in Call of Duty, and you have to be really winning consistently in all 3 to be the clear-cut #1 team. Which brings me to my #4 team, Vegas Legion. They put up more reps than anybody else. They're 55 and 45 in hardpoint, and they're currently sitting at 15 of 25 in control, I believe. So that's why I have them as the 4th-ranked team. Boston Breach, I have them as the 5th-ranked team because their control has been really strong. I believe they are 11-5, and then their hard point is 42%. So somewhere in the 18 of 30-ish range. But they've been performing very well, and that bodes well for them going into the qualification stages and stage 1 as well. And #6, I have the Toronto Ultra. They've won 66% of their hard points, but they've only played 18, and their control has not looked as good. They're 2-4-3, I believe. So they have to clean up their control a little bit to be in better form, but we'll see how they perform this weekend. Maybe they'll exceed my expectations. These are the way too early power rankings, so all of this could change by next week, and I will definitely be doing an updated list next week based on the matches this weekend. Of course, Optic Texas is #7. Might surprise some of you guys, but their scrim performance has been pretty strong. It's just their control is leaving more to be desired. They're at 50%. Their hardpoint has been really good. They're 26-21 in hardpoint. They look great there, but their control has been questionable. And with as many killers in the midst as there are, Minnesota, Vegas, Boston, and Toronto, I just wonder how much Optic really needs to do to catch up to these teams. I also put them at this point, because the other teams above them have beaten them in scrims. And I figured just based on head-to-head, that's a more important thing in deciding 4 through 7 more so. Vegas has beaten them a few times in scrims. Boston's beaten them, I think. And I don't know that they played Toronto, but if they did, I think Toronto beat them. So that brings me to my 8th-ranked team, the Minnesota Rocker, the Florida Mutineers. The Mutineers, they've been performing really well in hardpoint lately. They're 8-9. That doesn't really indicate how good they've been. They've been smoking, I think it was Vegas. They played really good teams very well. I think they 4-0'd Vegas, if I'm not wrong, maybe 4-1. But they definitely brought it to them, and Vegas has been really, in most people's minds, a top 3 team in terms of online performance since the season started, since all the rosters were announced and the scrim started. So that's why I have the Mutineers at #8, above, of course, the New York Subliners. New York Subliners have only 9 reps in hardpoint, so their 55% hardpoint win percentage is a little bit inflated just due to a lack of actual data points. Their control, they're 1 for 3. They haven't played much control, so that's why I have them at #9. We just haven't seen many reps from the New York Subliners, we've only literally seen 10 maps from them. So, or 12 maps, I'm sorry. So with more reps, we'll get more of an idea of how good this NYSL team is. And then, of course, in last place, surprisingly, we have the Seattle Surge. They are at a even 40% win rate in hardpoint. They're 16-24, so you can do the math there. Yeah, they haven't played any control that I know of, so that's why I have them at 10th. Their control remains to be seen, but their hardpoint is definitely better than, yeah, the London Royal Ravens and LA Gorillas. The LA Gorillas are actually the worst ranked team in hardpoint. They're currently 2-11, and the London Royal Ravens are only one win ahead of them. They're 3-11. So both teams are in a very bad spot. That's why I didn't even bother including them on the list. The percentages were just so low. I just figured, it's so early in the season, no point in like really making a point about these guys and their performance. So that leads me to the second part of this video where I make a very, very brief tier list and go over the schedule. So here we are at the tier list section of the video, and I'm just going to make this super quick. In S tier, I'm going to put FaZe, LA Thieves, Minnesota Rocker, and the Paris Legion as it stands right now. In A tier, in order, I'm going to put Optic Texas, the Toronto Ultra. I'll say the Boston Breach ahead of both just because of their performance online. And then for our last place in the A tier, I'm going to say the Florida Mutineers. They're always a fringe A tier team. So I can't really put them in B as it stands right now. D tier, we're just going to go ahead and do this right now. And then for B tier, I'll say the Subliners and I'll put the Seattle Surge in C tier. I feel like this is relatively fair given how scrims have gone. And like I said, this is a way too early power ranking, so everything could change by the start of the matches. Yeah, so looking at this tier list, I think I'm going to actually talk about the schedule in my next video, just because I feel like it's a lot of content. I want to break it up a little bit. So yeah, guys, thank you for checking out this first video. Be sure to tune into the next video that's probably live on the channel now, or maybe it'll go live a little bit later. Not sure how I did this release, but yeah, catch you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Chris from Fake Sports News, and I'm signing off. Hope you guys have a great morning, noon, or night wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you haven't already, go check out the newest video, of course, where I go over the schedule for the week and give you guys an idea of what I'm thinking going into the matches. So yeah, guys, like I said before, if this is the only video you watch, I hope you enjoy all the COD this weekend. And I hope you guys have a great morning, noon, or night, wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. And I'll catch you guys in my next video where I go over the schedule. So see you there. Peace.